Assalamu alaikum, dears, how are you? We do listen off and on that this person is a manipulator. She tried to manipulate me, to exploit me. This act of manipulation is highly unethical because by using unfair argument, they try to get whatever you do have to repent and regret later on that I should not have done this thing at all. I was made fool. I was manipulated upon. Not only that the loss is there of one type or the other, but we also feel that maybe I am not sensible or intelligent enough to understand this type people and their actions, their tactics. So it is for that reason important to understand what is the manipulation and how can we protect ourselves, how can we identify that this person is a manipulator and I need to make myself safe and protected enough. First of all, let's talk about the dictionary definition of the manipulation. It is emotional. We are talking about the emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is a tactic used to influence or control someone's emotions, often for personal gain or power. A tactic used to influence or control someone's emotions, often for personal gain or power. So this is emotional manipulation. Now we need to understand what are the types of, because there are more than one types of emotional manipulation, and these are four types of it. Number one, it is guilt tripping. Guilt tripping, making someone feel guilty to get what you want. Guilt tripping, making somebody feel guilty to get what you want. So that is one form of emotional manipulation. The second type of it is gaslighting. What is the gaslighting? Manipulating someone's perception of reality. Manipulating someone's perception of reality to control their emotions. So these people actually are using our inability to perceive the things properly, or even if at all we have perceived well, but they are trying to convince us, persuade us that we don't have a good cognitive ability, an ability to think. And for this reason, we should not trust our decisions, should not trust our memory, should not actually trust our mind. Rather, we need to ask them that they should be making choices or decisions for us. So that is the second form of emotional manipulation. And the third type of it is emotional blackmail. What is this, by the way? Threatening to punish or harm someone if they don't comply with your demands. Like if at all you don't comply to the demand, they will harm someone you love so dearly. That is the emotional blackmail. And the fourth and the last type of emotional blackmail is playing the victim. That is pretending to be a victim. Pretending to be a victim to gain sympathy or control. So these are the four major types of manipulation. Now we need to talk about how to protect ourselves. How to protect ourselves from the emotional manipulation. There are how to recognize emotional manipulation. How can we recognize that someone is trying to emotionally manipulate me? There are three ways to do that. Number one, it is pay attention to the inconsistencies. Watch for the discrepancies between words and actions. The discrepancies between the words and actions, and the inconsistencies about the talk at different occasions. They are saying one thing at this point and totally another thing or somewhat different thing later on. It means that there is an inconsistency and this person is actually not afraid of lying. Why don't they want to lie? Because they are trying to manipulate us. They are trying to manipulate us emotionally. And the second way to recognize them, it is notice emotional appeals. Be wary of attempts to evoke strong emotions like guilt, like anger, like fear. They are trying to create emotions, particularly emotion of guilt, anger, or fear in us, in our mind. So once we become emotional, once we become either angry or afraid of the future, then it is very easy for them to manipulate us. So they do it. And now it is the third way to recognize that this person is going to or trying to manipulate me, and it is watch for blame shifting. Be cautious of someone who consistently shifts blame or responsibility. Be cautious of someone who consistently blame or shift the responsibility upon another person. So these are the three very important and relatively simple ways to somehow recognize that this person is a manipulator. Now, at the end of that, we are going to talk about how to protect ourselves from these manipulators and from the manipulations of these manipulators. So there are four important ways, simple ways, which can protect us from the looting, from the cheating of these people, from the unethical practices of these people. So the first technique is set clear boundaries. Setting of clear boundaries, that is establish clear limits and expectation. Then it is actually making the rules and the regulations, making the rules of the game, that this is the rule, and also you cannot expect more than this thing from me at all. So that is the first thing, is to set boundaries and enforce boundaries. Do not allow anybody to overstep or violate your boundaries, and also let them know many a time. Take stand for the boundaries, not to ignore, not to tolerate, not to bear any time they are seen violating or overstepping your boundaries. And also clearly tell them not to expect more than this thing from me at all. Now the second way to somehow protect ourselves, that is stay calm and assertive, maintain emotional control, and express your needs clearly. So that is, stay calm and stay assertive on the one hand. And assertive mean that let's start insisting that this is what that is, it is stay calm and assertive, maintain emotional control, and express your needs clearly. These are my needs and I need to get it. I cannot compromise upon that at all. So be very assertive person and also stay very calm. The third way to protect ourselves, that is seek support. Seeking of support from whom? Surround yourself with the trusted friends. Surrounding yourself with the trusted friends, with the family or the therapist, that is, be amongst those people of the sincere member of the members of the family and the friends, sincere friends, and of course a therapist. Now the fourth and the last way to protect ourselves from the manipulation of these people, so this is practice self-awareness. We need to be more aware about ourselves. That is developing emotional intelligence to recognize and manage your own emotions. So that is emotional intelligence actually. We need to focus and to concentrate upon the emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence mean recognizing and managing your own emotions. So that is called emotional intelligence. Also, we need to recognize, we need to identify the emotions of other people, and we should learn to manage it. So that is how we can protect ourselves from the emotional manipulation of somebody, because being manipulated upon emotionally, that will leave a score, and we will keep repenting. Why did we allow them to prey on us, to manipulate us, and to exploit us? I should have recognized it timely. I should have protected myself timely. So this is the right time that we are learning to recognize the manipulation, the act of manipulation on the one hand, and of course, protecting ourselves from that particular manipulation on the other hand. So this is all from me today. Thank you very much.